man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Rodgers with
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers hitting Allen Lazard. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. but they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he's got Snead. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jackson's going to look to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. This time, Jackson will throw it. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 2nd down.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Caught right side at Snead. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
At the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw again is Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
Now 3rd down
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Taken at the 15, a short kick. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 40-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers hitting Allen Lazard. And the Packers have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Give him 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down. That's
back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. Jackson will throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
45-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Clark brought him down. 10 yards on the pickup. It's
an ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. This is Jones, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
A 53-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? They had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
10 at the 23-yard line.
One last shot for Jackson. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.